sitting around thinking about how greed is just so disgusting and it is getting out of hand. I won't even say getting out of hand. It is out of hand. And it's not just corporations, it's the small entities as well. It's like everybody wants to fleece us for every penny that we have. It's sad. It got me to thinking over the holidays, I was visiting Central Florida talking with family about, what's going on in the area. And they were talking about how at certain gas stations, they are cheating customers by adding 15 cent on top of, the base amount. So before you even start pumping, 15 cent is already on the meter. And I was like, man, I got to start paying attention because when I pump gas, I don't really look that heavily at the, where it is. I would hope I would notice that, but there's no guarantee that I would. So just like gas is already crazy expensive. Why do you need to steal 15 cents from your customers? We are already out here trying to make ends meet. Why are you stealing from your customers? The cost of goods are already crazy high, and we know that cost is not directly related to the cost of producing that material. That's just extra fluff that's going into these companies' pockets. So again, why do you need to steal from us? It's like I was watching this documentary about Dollar General, how Dollar General, the labels, the price labels are not right. Like they are intentionally mispricing goods, and when you go to the counter to check out, it's priced higher than what's advertised on the actual good on the shelves. It's like, come on, why are you doing that, Dollar General? And Dollar General strategically places themselves in these areas where the communities does not have access to bigger box stores, so they have to rely on Dollar General for basically all of their needs. And of course, if you're living in an area that that small, you 9 times out of 10, this is not an affluent area. These people do not have money. So again, Dollar General is targeting the most vulnerable people. Once I watched that documentary, I never shopped at Dollar General again because how low can you be? So my family was also telling me about how they're cheating people when they come in to turn in their lottery tickets, their scratch-offs. For instance, you win $20 or you win $30, where if you don't know what you've won before you go into the store, they will give you less than what you won. So for instance, if your scratch-off, you won $30, they're going to say, oh, you won $20 and just give you $20. So every little bit that they can steal, they are actually stealing it. It's crazy. I know there's a restaurant here that my husband and I like to go for brunch. And just recently we noticed that they have a different price if you use your credit card versus cash. So it's an added price. That turned me off so bad to the point that I don't like going to that restaurant anymore. And if I do, I make sure I have cash because it's just like, my goodness, all this time you have been absorbing whatever credit card fee, these different companies were charging you, while all of a sudden you feel the need to pass that cost on to your customer. And how do we know that is the actual cost of the transaction? How do we know that this additional $3-4 is the actual cost of the transaction to you, charged by the credit card company? I don't think it is. I think the actual cost is already baked into the cost of the food. And on top of that, you're going to hit us for a few more dollars, claiming that it's a credit card fee charge. It infuriates me the way we are constantly getting nickeled and dime and also stolen from in this society. It's sad. I don't know. That was just on my mind today. It came up after I was watching this video about this guy was talking about how he saw this sign on a restaurant window and it said, if you're going to eat our food, you need to be prepared to pay at least 25% tip. What? 25% tip? You're going to make us, or you're going to demand that we pay a tip, and it has to be due to the simple fact that you are not paying your staff a living wage. You want to pass that cost on to us, the consumer. Now, most of us tip anyway. I know I do, simply because I know they don't pay them well. But honestly, that should not be our job. And I know a lot of people like to debate and talk down to people that don't tip. But ultimately, we need to be addressing the fact that these entities, these companies are not paying these people a living wage. That should be the real argument. That should be where all of our smoke should be directed, not to those that are not tipping for whatever reason. I mean, it's quite possible, given the current economy, people can't afford to tip. Point blank, period. They can't afford to tip. But again, we really should be looking at these companies, and it's crazy how we always turn on each other instead of the people taking our money. But hey, that's my little 2-cent rant for the day. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.